So I was thinking about it, and I realized that the title of my last video, how I lost 100 grand in a month deving, wasn't exactly explained clearly. So this video is just gonna be like a short and condensed version, like just talking about like my dev journey and where I'm at right now. So I started about a year ago with a chart called C Miner, Project Gold Quicker Mining. It was a dev chart, and did well, got a lot of Cole's eyes. I talked to a lot of the Coles for the first time because of that chart. I did a 14-day 24/7 live stream when pumpfun live streams meta was kind of in, and I'll say that I fumbled like, I don't know, 4 grand on that because I didn't sell any of the supply that I got, because I was set out to be like a no rugging dev, and the creator fees were a lot, so I just took the creator fees, and so we'll call that like a fumble of like 2 grand or something. And then I moved on to gold quicker mining. I set the launch up for that up like very carefully, and got a bunch of supply for a bunch of friends and family, and entered for them manually and set up an airdrop, and I locked 45% supply for a 2-year vestaging process that unlocked over 2 years. A real utility game that was on the app stores with thousands of players, and a proven flywheel and a return on interest. Goldquickermining.com is the white paper, but I launched that with, I don't know, like 5 to 8 grand, depending on all the people that launched in or that contributed. And then before I started doing the airdrops, I was looking at 60 grand in the wallet, and it's like I could have taken that 60 grand, right? But I obviously didn't, because I'm a no rug dev. I airdropped the supply, I locked the token supply, and we rode that shit slowly down to 0. We didn't get another pump again. And then I spent like 30 grand of my own money working on that project, trying to force it to happen, and it never happened. And so fast forward to Silk Road, my first dev project in months, and Silk Road X402 jumps up to 500k and gets farmed by a bunch of KOLs. I'm gonna name drop in the future, but gets farmed by a bunch of KOLs in my name to 500k twice. It does over like 5 million in volume, but never reaches 500k. It was just a farm fest, and I made over 25k on that chart because it was at the top of Solana, and I put over 20k back into the chart, and you know, via giveaways, via burns. I burned 9% supply over 70k market cap, and yeah, so I fumbled like 25 grand there. Not to mention, actually, I don't think I was holding anything because I was just living off of the creator fees for it. So I put, you know, 80% of my own money back in the chart. So that's like another 20 grand. So we're at 60, 80, like 82 grand that I've missed out this year, that I've had in my hands. And then we'll move on to Agarify. That was easily 15k. I fumbled 15k on Agarify. SnakeFi, I actually didn't fumble any money. SnakeFi was a just net loss. So that was just a net loss. And then what else? WaddleBet. So CPW3, I launched with $15, and I got creator fees from the demo launch that I got, and we had a slow climb with good volume all the way up to like 200k, so I had some good creator fees, and I was aping all the dips on side wallet for CPW3, and then we went up to 700k, and I had 4% at 700k, and I didn't sell. I sold only 2k worth so I could pay my rent, because I thought that I knew we could go higher. So it's like, why would I sell for pennies, and B, like I was only selling 2% at a time on green candles to be like extremely respectful. So, I was doing my best. And I fumbled 20 to 25 grand on that by not taking the money there. And then I got scammed $1,000 for spaces, and also $500 for like other connections that ended up just like flopping, that were just LARPs. And yeah, so I'm out 120 grand on CPW3, and then we go to waddle.bet, and I launch with 2 grand with 45% supply out of my own money, and it shoots up and it's worth 45k. And then I start airdropping, and over a period of 4 hours that money stayed in my hand pretty much all the way up until the end, because I held the biggest wallet supply. And then once I started airdropping the final wallets, everyone started clipping out. So what is that? That was another 30 grand that I had in my hands that I fumbled. So that's 150 grand just this last year that I've fumbled on my own charts. And then if you want to get really technical, that's like 50 grand that I fumbled in the last month on CPW3/WaddleBet. So, it's lame. And you wonder why people are rugging all the time. It's because there's no reward for a dev to keep going on something that they believe, unless it's backed by a bunch of VC funding. A small indie dev has a very hard chance of convincing anyone to hold for longer than a week, it seems like. And people want the quick money, especially when the trenches are hot and there's all these P&Ls on the chart. People can't help themselves. They just want to trade, get big money quick. I mean, I'm a victim of it. I see the P&Ls. I'm human. But yeah, it doesn't pay to be an ethical dev out here, and it's a shame. We got to get into the zone of lifting up docs devs and real people and real projects, instead of fucking just following all these KOLs that we all hate and despise for farming. Yeah, what could I say? So that's a streamlined version of all the money that I've fumbled based on my conviction and beliefs. Basically, my ethics are affecting my bottom line. I've been completely in survival mode since CPW3 launched, and I honestly should have taken the money at 700k, because I would have had a lot more time than I gave myself. But I'm currently underwater and in a hole, and I'm trying to play chess while I'm down a few pieces. I don't know if that's even a good analogy, but yeah, I'm fucking struggling, man. I'm fucking struggling, but not giving up, and saying fuck you to the faders, and showing up every day and trying to build and trying to work with whatever wiggle room I can give myself or get from people. Yeah, it's a shame. The fucked up part of it is, if you ask any KOL or alpha trader or Kabbalah group or anyone that's been in the trenches, they'll just say, oh bro, you should just be rugging then. Why don't you just rug? Why don't you hold side wallets? Why don't you clip your chart? It's like, it's difficult. It feels wrong to press sell, which I know is so dumb, but as a dev, especially on my own charts, it's like, why the fuck am I selling on my own people, my own believers, my own project? Like, I believe in my project more than these other people who are investing to make a quick buck probably do. So it's like, I think it could go way higher. So it's like, it's really hard to know what to do as a dev. And then, if someone catches you selling 0.001% of dev supply, they'll fucking put you on the timeline as a farmer or whatever. I don't know. All I know is I'm fucking struggling, and I need an angel investor, and it's hard being an ethical person in these trenches. Someone said that I don't know, but something about it's not sounding right in my head, but he said that it's hard being ethical in a house of sin, or something like that. So I don't know. I like the way that sounds, but these people are not good people. Anyways, I'm at my grandma's house to help her jumpstart a car, so I will be doing that. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for listening to me and all the money that I've failed to secure for myself and the situation that I'm in. If you feel like that you can help me dev my project, or want to work together, or have a project you want me to build, or know any angel investors or anyone that I can connect with in order to continue developing and get myself paid, bro, I'm telling you, I feel like everyone in my family thinks I'm a delusional loser. But I keep telling them I'm going to be rich one day. Waddle on, kings.